Said something about halfway through the season, kind of from rookies can kind of take off. Do you not feel like a rookie anymore at this point?
I don't feel like a rookie, but at the same time, I still like to learn from the vets. You know, I feel like it's great to be able to learn a lot from the vets and the guys that's been in the league for a minute. But all in all, I don't feel much like a rookie for real.
There it is, Ken Walker, not playing like a rookie either. Been a good, amazing season.
I'm sorry, do me a favor. Please refer to him by his full legal name, Ken Walker, league winner.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going Kenneth.
Or Kenneth Walker. Apparently he's been asked about this, and he prefers to go by Ken, not Kenneth.
Okay, we can do
but
that.
But anyway, his legal name, like just check the birth certificate, is Ken Walker, league winner.
He certainly played like it. A little bit of a rough start yesterday for Ken Walker, league winner. I was a bit nervous about my offensive rookie of the year bet when he was really struggling in that first half, no running lanes, and then all of a sudden, he just went into closer mode. He's got 7 touchdowns on the season. 6 of them are in the fourth quarter. He gets going when the going gets tough. He was the second best running back in fantasy yesterday. Joe Mixon pretty far ahead of the rest of the field, but Ken Walker was second in front of Travis Etienne and the ever-reliable Austin Eckler and Derrick Henry. But, 26 carries, he's just getting the volume. And even if he has a rough half, as he did against the Giants as well, he just keeps grinding and grinding. That offense is so elite that he's just going to get the stats.
Yeah, look, 5 straight games with a touchdown now. To your point, 23 touches over that stretch. Just the volume is there. The scoring equity is there. Since he took over as a starter, he's the 6th best running back in fantasy. And if you don't have him on your team, it is your fault. Watch Fantasy Football Pregame, because we literally talked about him when Rashad Penny was healthy, as saying, I am telling you, sources in Seattle have told me this guy is the next LaDainian Tomlinson. And I was just like, I don't know that I believe that, but I do know that they are very excited about what they have in Ken Walker, league winner, and he has been nothing short of fantastic. He also heads to Germany.
He's conquered America.
He has conquered America. He now goes over to Germany. He's gonna conquer Germany.
Yeah.
That's just right. They gave us good cars.
Yes.
We're giving them Ken Walker.
Yes.
It seems like a fair trade.
Yes, Novemberfest for Ken. When you talked about him as LaDainian Tomlinson as the comp, at that point he was like 50-1 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And now as we take a look at the odds from our friends at BetMGM, he is even money, plus 100 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. He is the clear favorite in front of Dameon Pierce. It's looking like probably a 2-horse race, but at the same time, Chris Olave looms, plus 700. We'll see what he does tonight. And then the interesting one for me is Garrett Wilson at plus 2,000. And, I just think with the chemistry that he is forming.
You know what none of them have done, though? Come back from a gunshot. From multiple gunshots. Is my guy, Brian Robinson,
they
there.
should give him comeback player of the year. But that's going to go to another Seattle guy, Geno Smith.
I agree with both of those statements here. You mentioned Garrett Wilson, right? 8 receptions for 92 yards on 9 targets for Garrett Wilson. He mentions about Zach Wilson after the game. He's that dog. Yeah. And I don't know what he meant. There's a lot of different ways to go with that. He does have that dog in him. One way, many different ways. Has anyone talked to Mama Wilson recently? The fact of the matter is that Garrett Wilson has played 75% of his snaps as an outside receiver. I think that helped him a little bit here. What's nice, though, is that he played earlier in his career. It's been 1 year, right? But earlier in the season, he was playing in the slot some. No Corey Davis yesterday. He plays outside. Either way, they are finding ways to get him the ball. For him to put up this kind of production against the Buffalo Bills, 8 for 92 on 9 targets. It's his second straight game with 6 or more receptions and 90 more receiving yards. Look, Zach Wilson isn't a fully formed product yet, right? As a quarterback, right? He is certainly inconsistent, but he has been good enough to get the ball to Garrett Wilson. Their run game is effective enough that they have to respect it. And so Wilson, who's super talented and is getting open and obviously leads the team in target share with Zach Wilson under center. Their defense, by the way, shout out to Sauce Gardner there, their defense has been good enough to keep them in games where they can be a balanced offense as well. They're on a bye next week, but I do think Garrett Wilson, when he comes back, Garrett Wilson, he gets the Patriots, he gets the Bears, he gets the Vikings. You don't love him at New England. Zach Wilson on the road at Bill Belichick. But I will say that, Wilson's locked in as a top 30 wide receiver with some wide receiver 2 upside in the right matchup.
Yep. Just while we're talking about the New York Jets and mothers, just want to quickly say, because I am wearing the Sauce Gardner jersey. So we gave out a few weeks ago Sauce Gardner Defensive Rookie of the Year at plus 1,400.
Yes,
he is
we
now
did.
even money on BetMGM. So I'm watching the game yesterday with my daughter, and the last play of the game. I don't want like high leverage moments with Sauce Gardner because he's the favorite. I'm playing defense with that bet. I'm playing defense on defense. I just want him to not give up big plays. Josh Allen unleashes the deep ball, and I'm praying that it's DJ Reed. No, it's Sauce Gardner, and then he makes the game-winning play, and I scream out next to my daughter, I scream out, Mother of God, and then she goes, Daddy, what's Mother of God? I'm like, Sauce Gardner is Mother of God because he just won that game. He picked off Josh Allen, and he's the favorite for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I would say that's his new nickname, except Sauce is so much.
I know, it's so much cooler.
Nickname in the NFL
and that's going to help him as well, winning that award.
I can't announce something. I was going to say I have something with Sauce Gardner, small thing with Sauce, but that'll come up later this week.
Okay,
that's kind of cool. But yes, we're all big fans of Sauce Gardner here. Great call by you. And I will just say this. I just want to say this to our audience. You won't say this, but I will say this. Jay Croucher, especially when it comes to awards, that is where you are. That's where you crush. You make a lot of money for a lot of people on awards. So, yes, that was a great call on you. We'll see if Sauce Gardner ends up winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. But certainly, if you listened to us a couple weeks ago and got him at plus 1,400, you're feeling pretty good about the fact that he's now at even money.
Yes, you're also feeling pretty good about Cordarrelle Patterson, who came back from IR and pretty much just looked like the guy, health-wise at least, that he was before he got hurt.
Yeah, listen, Arthur Smith is going to establish the run, damn it, no matter what. But with Cordarrelle Patterson, he can. Look, it's still a committee. You see it there on your screen. 10 rushing attempts for Tyler Algier, 13 for Cordarrelle Patterson. Caleb Huntley also gets 7 carries in there. Algier actually the more effective running back. I mean, he averaged over 9 rushing yards a carry. He had over 100 total yards in this one. But Cordarrelle Patterson, of course, cashes in the 2 touchdowns. And I think that's the important thing. When they get close, that's who they trust. That's who they want to sort of be the hammer when they get in there. He's had double-digit carries in every single healthy game he's played. He's had 18 or more fantasy points in 3 of the 4 full games that he's played. He's a talented running back who was a top 10 fantasy running back last year for much of the year. And it is as run-heavy an offense as there is in the NFL. Guess who's coming to town this week, though? The Carolina Panthers. It's a Thursday night game. It's a Thursday night game. There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, Carolina and Atlanta. Look, I don't want anyone out there ever to bitch about fantasy or sports betting because that's going to save this Thursday night game. Are you kidding me?
It's going to save America because everyone in America is watching that game, and you better have a bet on it, and you better be playing fantasy.
I will say this. I'm going to get political here for 1 second here. We don't like to do that.
I love when you get political.
Tomorrow is an election day. And if you are eligible to vote, I encourage everyone out there, please vote. Please, please, please vote. And I would just say selfishly, if there is a ballot on your state to make sports betting legal, yes, vote for that person.
Yes.
If there is a candidate in your area that is pro sports betting or pro DFS or pro fantasy, vote for that person.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the land of the free.
It's the land of the free. And you should be allowed to make wagers on crappy games like Falcons and Panthers.
This is what elections are for.
This is what elections are for.
It's all about the Panthers plus 3.
Right, exactly. Our forefathers fought for a free country so that we could do same-game parlays.
Yes, they fought for Josh Palmer props.
Yes,
Let's talk about that guy, Josh Palmer, who cashed all his overs. 8 receptions,
1,000% he did.
106 yards.
Yes.
He's the guy.
Most people haven't read the entire Declaration of Independence, but if you look at the very fine print at the very bottom, it just says, this land of liberty, life, and promo code Barry at BetMGM that is what we are fighting for. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of Barry boosts on BetMGM. Once again, promo code Barry. Your first bet is risk-free up to $1,000. BetMGM.com when you use the promo code Barry. I'm a company man. I'm also a Josh Palmer stan.
Yeah.
And he crushed yesterday.
He did crush it. We Thought that he was going to do so. His usage without Keenan Allen, without Mike Williams. Mike Williams still not in the fray. Keenan Allen, who knows what the hell is happening with Keenan Allen. Josh Palmer, he should be rostered absolutely everywhere, and you're starting him with confidence until both of those guys come back.
They play San Francisco on the road next week on the Sunday night game right here on Peacock and NBC. Again, I'm a company man, but he's now had back-to-back games with double-digit targets. And even though he plays the Niners next week, it's actually a pretty easy schedule. Per our friends over at Pro Football Focus, he's got the 6th best schedule for wide receivers over the rest of the season. And so with Mike Williams at least a few weeks away, and to your point, like Keenan Allen, like the hammy, it's in, it's out. It's like, it's always bad. As long as one of those guys is out, feels like Josh Palmer is going to get a decent amount of volume. I like the fact that he played over 90% of the snaps in this one as well.
Yep, absolutely. They're 7-point dogs against the Niners, so expect they will be throwing. Not a lot of respect for Justin Herbert.
Indeed. Josh Palmer was on the love list this week.
He was. Okay, let's talk about Christian Kirk. Who had 8 receptions, 76 yards and a touchdown, revived after a little bit of a down stretch. And he was the 5th top fantasy wide receiver with 21.6 points yesterday. And the Swaguars, a little renaissance from the Swaguars, who looked completely done after what Devontae Adams did to them in the first half.
Listen, we definitely got stuff wrong this week. I don't want to sit here and constantly be patting ourselves on the back because
we love
make
the
no
Panthers.
mistake.
We love the Panthers.
Right. I mean, we loved the Panthers. Two things. We loved the Panthers to cover.
Yep.
Right. And someone on this show, someone on Fantasy Football Pregame that isn't here, predicted the Panthers would actually beat the Bengals.
I like the over in Green Bay, Detroit.
You like the over in Green Bay, Detroit, and I guaranteed DJ Moore would be a top 15 fantasy wide receiver. So we get stuff wrong all the time. But we did also say, I just want to cop to some of our bad calls. Because, by the way, I did say, give me the Jaguars at home who are underdogs.
Sure.
I like that game. I like that game as an upset there. I thought the Jags would win. They ended up winning. It was plus money if you took that as well. And look, the Swaguars can't be stopped, right? I mean, they can't be.
I feel they kind of can.
by
America's
team.
Right,
exactly. They can be stopped unless you're the Las Vegas Raiders.
They can absolutely be stopped. They're not very good, but they did get the win. They saved their season.
Who is good, though, is Travis Etienne.
He is a monster.
He is awesome, and he's added another gear to Trevor Lawrence, who is a viable high-end QB too. Kirk has a nice game. He's now had 7 receptions and 75 yards in 2 of the last 3 games. It's his 5th game this year with over 17 fantasy points. Remaining one of the better draft day bargains. I mean, his ADP was in the 40s among wide receivers. And so, they found something with Etienne. They found something with Evan Ingram. And Christian Kirk is the kind of the lead of that passing attack, at least until maybe Calvin Ridley shows up next year.
The Swaguars suddenly live again in the AFC South. Just 2 games back of the Titans, and they play them twice more. All right, we're going to break now. When we come back, get negative with some Sunday scaries, Matthew Berry.
Yeah. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.